Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 219. Today what we're talking about is how can we reduce muscle soreness in the calves in high volume activities like jumping and squatting that we're going to probably see come up in the open. And one of those ways that we could do that is with kinesiology taping type techniques. I'm going to show you a way that I like to tape the calves to reduce soreness and muscle fatigue. And you guys can try it out, follow along, see how it works for you. This is how we do it. When you come over here, you're going to notice that I have two strips pre-cut for you, okay? As long as I get that camera set perfect. I have two strips that are pre-cut for you. I have a strip that looks like it's a Y. It has a wider base and two thinner tails. And I have one that looks like an I, which is just a straight chunk, right, like it is. I'm going to take my calf. Okay, explain a little bit about these right here. When we cut these, when we're going to measure them, we're going to measure them so that it goes the length of my calf right here, just like this. And I want the Y strip, the cut, to come down to about the end or so of the bottleneck of my calf, like you see right here, somewhere around this region. What I'm going to do here is I'm not going to look at the Y, or the I strip, and I want to measure it right at the area, the junction, so to speak, of where that base of the bottle kind of comes up into the neck portion. It's going to go right there, and I want it to go around about halfway to 3/4 of the way. When we're applying these, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rip right at that juncture spot of the Y, okay? And what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to rip one more time, and I'm going to peel off this center portion. Okay, you notice how my leg is already pulled up, so my toes or towards my heel or towards my knee. That's what I want to happen here. Okay, so from right there, I'm just going to take that piece that I ripped off. I'm going to apply it down to my Achilles tendon like you see. When I do that, I'm just going to roll it over on each side. From right there, I can now take this bottom part and I can pull it off and around and underneath my heel without touching the tape, because we don't want to touch the tape. It pulls the adhesive off onto our fingers instead of allowing it to stay on the skin right here where we need it. Once we have that tape applied on the bottom base of the Y, now we can work with these tails individually. This takes a little bit of dexterity when you're doing it by yourself, or to yourself, I should say, but you'll kind of get it if you try it a couple times. We're going to start with the outside one because I want you to be able to make note of where my calf muscle right here kind of comes up. That's the line that we're going to attempt to follow. And we're not going to use any tension. We're simply going to peel the tape off with one finger and follow it with the next, kind of trailing behind. And you'll see how it kind of comes up just like such. As I get up towards the top, you can see that since I'm wearing jeans, normally I'd be able to come up just right up around, but all we're going to do is try to envelop that Coke bottle, so to speak, of my calf. And you can kind of see how it goes just like this. When we finish these outside portion, now we can come to the inside. We still want the calf to be stretched. So you see how I just brought my leg up in this position like such, and do the same exact thing, okay? And now we're just going to follow the line on the inside. Again, just a little bit of dexterity that you're going to need because you're doing it to yourself. Notice my toes are still pulling upwards. Okay? So now we got our Y strip applied like such. Rub it in to activate the glue. The glue is heat activated and works best when you apply some friction to the tape. The next piece that we're going to apply is the I strip, and we're going to use this as a compression strip right where the meat of the tissue comes in and forms that tendinous portion. So we say is basically the bottle meets the neck. The junction of where the bottle meets the neck is where we're going to apply. We're going to strip that right in half. You can see how I ripped it right in half in the middle. And then you can also see how if this was 100% stretch and this is none, we're going to go somewhere in the middle of that. We're going to peel back about an inch off of each side, and we're going to apply it right here. Here's where I apply that stretch. You can see this is 100%, and that's 0 stretch. So we're going to be somewhere in the middle. I'm going to apply that down, and I'm going to rub it to activate that adhesive. Once I do that and that's down, I can now go back to my paper off tension on each side. And again, onto this side. So our finished product should look like this. I should have this Y strip that envelops the calf and comes around on each side, kind of forming that bottle, so to speak. And then I should have this compression strip that's going to kind of support the area of where the meat of the muscle turns in or comes into the junction point of the tendon of the muscle. And that's where most of that pressure is going to be accumulated throughout the exercises. So hopefully, if the tape does its job correctly, which I'm sure it will, this will help reduce that fatigue and stress in the tissue and reduce your tissue soreness. So guys, try that out. There's, like I said, the Open's going to be coming up. There's definitely going to be some high volume squatting and jumping type exercises. Try that out. See how it works for you. Let me know how it goes. Until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.